All right, today we're going to break down a really cool intelligent system that's designed to solve one of the most annoying and costly problems in software development, all those failed CI/CD pipelines. We're going to see how a team of AI agents can take failure analysis from a process that takes hours and shrink it all the way down to just a few minutes.
So let's just start with a question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. How much time do your developers, your really smart, expensive engineers, actually spend fixing broken builds? Not writing new code, not innovating, but just figuring out why the pipeline is red again. Because that time, it really adds up.
You know, this problem is so common, it actually has a name: the CI/CD failure bottleneck. For anyone who isn't deep in the DevOps world, CI/CD is the automated heartbeat of modern software development. And this bottleneck? Well, it's that moment where the heartbeat just stops. A test fails, and everything grinds to a halt, while someone has to play detective.
And the scale of this is, honestly, it's kind of shocking. It turns out that quality assurance teams can spend anywhere from 30 to 60% of their time just manually sorting through these failures. Think about that. That could be more than half their work week spent just reacting to problems instead of proactively building quality in.
And all that manual effort has a serious cost. The average mean time to recovery, that's the time from when something breaks to when it's actually fixed, is a staggering 2 to 4 hours for just a single failure. That is a massive drag on productivity for any team.
So yeah, this isn't just one simple issue. It's a whole cascade of problems. You've got the soul-crushing manual work for your engineers. You've got those infamous flaky tests that fail randomly and make you chase ghosts. You get inconsistent bug reports that send developers down the wrong path. The bottom line is, as you grow, this manual way of doing things just completely falls apart. It just doesn't scale.
Okay, so that's the problem space. It's a big one, but what if you could automate that entire investigation? I mean, what if you could deploy an expert team that works around the clock, 24/7, to solve these issues for you? Well, that's exactly the promise of this AI-powered solution.
So what is this thing? Well, it's called the Multi-Agent QAOps Orchestrator. And at its core, it's a system that uses a team of specialized AI agents. They work together to automatically figure out why a build failed, get to the root cause, and even create a plan to fix it.
And I love this way of putting it. This is not just another automation script. You have to think of it like an AI dream team, where every member has a very specific skill. And together, they totally change the game for QA, turning it from that frustrating bottleneck into a super fast, intelligent feedback loop.
So how does this dream team actually get the job done? Let's peel back the curtain a little bit and meet the individual members of this agent squad to see how they all work together.
First up, the moment a build fails, you have the test diagnostics agent. This is your first responder on the scene.
So this agent's job is to immediately jump in and make sense of those raw, often messy CI/CD logs. It figures out exactly which tests failed, it pulls out all the key error patterns and stack traces, and then it makes this really crucial first call. Was this just a random, transient hiccup, or is this a consistent, deterministic bug that's going to keep breaking things?
Okay, so once that initial evidence is collected, it gets handed off to the real brains of the operation, the root cause analyzer agent.
Now, this agent is the detective. It takes all the patterns from the first agent and feeds them into a large language model, something like Gemini, for a really deep analysis. But here's the magic. It also checks a memory bank for historical context. It's asking, hey, have we seen this error before? Did this happen after a similar change last week? This lets it come up with a really specific hypothesis about the root cause, and it even gives a confidence score on its own finding.
So now we know why it broke. The final agent in the chain steps in to figure out, okay, what do we do about it? This is the action planner agent.
This agent is like the dispatcher. It takes the whole analysis and creates a concrete, step-by-step plan to fix the problem. Then, and this is huge, it automatically creates a super detailed Jira ticket with all the logs, the analysis, and the suggested fix ready for a developer to pick up. And finally, it saves the whole case to the memory bank, so the entire system gets smarter for next time.
And when you put it all together, you can just see this beautiful, coordinated workflow. The logs come in, the diagnostics agent sorts them, the analyzer finds the why, and the planner creates the ticket. It's a completely seamless handoff that turns a messy, complex investigation into a predictable, automated process.
So what's the payoff for all of this? What does this highly coordinated dance actually deliver? Well, the answer is simple: a radical transformation in speed. We are talking about shrinking a process that used to take hours all the way down to minutes.
I mean, the contrast here is just night and day. The before is what so many of us live with. Engineers getting pulled off their work to dig through logs, slow feedback, lots of frustration. The after is a whole new world. It's an autonomous system that gives you a full diagnosis and a plan of attack in the time it takes to grab a cup of coffee.
And if you need one metric, one number to take away from all this, it's this right here. Mean time to recovery plummets from that 2 to 4 hour range all the way down to just 10 to 15 minutes. That's a 60 to 80% reduction. This is time you are literally giving back to your developers to focus on what matters, building things. And the value here goes way beyond just speed. You get consistency, right? Every failure is analyzed the same way, creating better bug reports every time. You get scalability because you can analyze hundreds of pipelines without hiring more people. And you get a system that works 24/7, tirelessly spotting patterns and handling failures even while your team is at home, sleeping.
Okay, so let's just zoom out for a second and talk about the bigger picture. Why does a system like this really truly matter for the future of how we build software?
Because what we're talking about here is a fundamental shift in focus. It moves your entire team from being reactive firefighters to proactive innovators. Quality assurance stops being a gate and starts being a continuous, intelligent service. Your developers are unblocked by clear, immediate signals, which lets the whole organization just build and ship better software, way faster. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Now that you've seen how a system like this can literally reclaim hours from every single workday, what could your team build with all that time you get back? What new features? What new products? What incredible innovations are now possible?